I want to start off with this right now. Here we are, February 2023. What are you seeing in the hobby right now, considering how the hobby has gone over the past couple of years?
Yeah, so I mean, if you just kind of look back to the last time that you and I spoke together, that was in the height of this booming craze, right? You couldn't trip over somebody that wasn't actively collecting, and people were getting into sports cards and memorabilia for the first time. And so, thankfully, we've seen a lot of those people stay. And from where we sit here at REA, we've just concluded two of our monthly auctions to kick off 2023. We're seeing record bids, we're seeing record bidders, new bidders. So we feel like the hobby is in a really good place. Obviously, some people may have left from that boom of 2020 and 2021, but we feel that the people that are here are really passionate. They're here for the right reasons, and they're riding out any of this volatility or market correction that you might have seen over the last year or so.
And I agree. That's what I'm seeing too. I want to know if you agree with this. I've said this recently on other shows that I've done, is that I feel like the hobby right now is in a pretty healthy place, like right now, because of the fact that, we had people come in, some stayed, some left. As you said, the ones that stayed are passionate. But do you feel, does your gut tell you that we're in a good place right now in the hobby? Maybe we're set up for success as we move forward?
Absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, I'm a young guy, but I've kind of seen this movie before to a certain extent. So, I've been in the hobby as a full-time professional since 2007. And so we've seen during that period economic uncertainty and political uncertainty and global, events that people have thought were going to affect prices and affect our hobby because this material is not essential to life, so to speak. But we've written it all out, and we've seen the hobby come away from all that stronger. And I agree with you, based on what we're seeing here, based on the prices that we're seeing, based on the conversations we're having with clients, and based on, again, that engagement. We're seeing record number of bids, record number of bidders, record number of new registrations. And for us, that all points to a very healthy hobby that maybe has got a couple blips on the radar, but long term is set up for success, in my opinion.
That's really good to hear, because I think there's been some fear that I've seen, and it's a narrative you see on social media, and I often attribute it to people who maybe came in at the peak and they aren't as excited or as optimistic, as bullish on the future of the hobby as people like you and I are, who've been in this thing our whole lives. I say I've always been bullish on the hobby, and I think I always will be, because I just love it so much, and I can't understand how anybody could not be a part of our hobby. It's such a fun place to be, and such a fun thing to focus on and spend our money on and enjoy. So the negative, or some of the negative narrative I've seen, or the pessimism, I believe would come from people who maybe are not, they're not zoomed out. They're taking a more narrow view of, or it's their experience as well. They maybe they bought all their cards in 2021, all their items, and now they're seeing the values have come down.